Today's lesson is on Chapter 6, Section 4, which is point-slope form. So title your notes and then write this down. This is the equation for point-slope form. It's y minus y1 equals m times the quantity of x minus x1. Remember that y1 and x1 don't mean that you're multiplying by 1 or anything. It's just so that you could tell the difference between this y and this y and the difference between this x and this x. That's all. Alright, so let's talk about what each of these represents. Well, the y1 represents the y-coordinate. The m represents the slope, just like before in our other equation. And the x1 represents the x-coordinate. So if we're talking about an ordered pair, the y1 is the second number here and the x1 is the first number in the ordered pair. Alright, so an example here, it says graph the equation y minus 5 equals 1/2 times the quantity of x minus 2. So all we need in order to graph an equation is two ordered pairs, but we don't have two ordered pairs here. Our other option would be to have an ordered pair and to have the slope, which we do have. So let's look at our equation, and we know that you don't have to rewrite this, but we know that the y1 is the y-coordinate, the m is the slope, and the x1 is the x-coordinate. Now that I know that, I can quickly look at this equation here and figure out, okay, what's my slope? Well, it's in the place where m is, so therefore the slope would be 1/2. Okay? And now we can figure out the ordered pair because this number is the y-coordinate and this number is the x-coordinate. So make sure you put it in the correct order. The x-coordinate is 2, the y-coordinate is 5, so our ordered pair will be 2, 5. A lot of people get confused and think that this should be -2, but if you look at the formula here, the minus is in the formula. So that minus does not go with the 2, it's actually part of the equation. So the 2 is positive, and same thing with the 5. The minus is part of the formula, so it's positive 5. Okay? Now that we have that information, we can easily graph this. So I've already put on here our ordered pair 2, 5 over 2 up 5, and now we'll do the slope. Well, remember, back to slope, it's rise over run. So since this is positive 1, we'll go up 1, and positive 2 will go to the right 2, which would be right there. You could just draw your line from there, but just to refresh your memory, instead of going up and right, you could do the exact opposite and go down and left. So we would go down 1, 2 to the left would be right there, and I could put my point there instead. And then I just connected those 3 points with a line, and that's it for that problem. Another example. Write equations for the line in point-slope form and in slope-intercept form. So let's just start with point-slope, okay? So here we have the problem. Here's the line that they're giving us, and we need to write it in point-slope form. Well, let's take out the information we know. We have two ordered pairs, so those two ordered pairs would be 2, 3, and -1, -5. Next, we need to know the slope, so I can count from here and go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, so that's positive 8. And then to the right, 1, 2, 3, so that's positive 3. So my slope would be 8/3. I just consolidated everything on this slide so that you could see it. So we have our slope is 8/3 and then our two ordered pairs here. And here's our formula again. So we need to plug in the information. Notice though, in our formula we only need one ordered pair. We only need one x-coordinate and one y-coordinate. So you only want to use one ordered pair. So I decided to stick with the positive and go with 2, 3. So I just plugged that information in. So it's y minus 3. Remember, the y-coordinate has to go first. Equals the slope, which is 8/3. So I plugged that in there. Times the quantity of x minus 2, which is our x value. 2 goes right there. But remember, that wasn't the only thing that they were asking for. They also want us to write the equation in slope-intercept form. And just to refresh your memory, that is y equals mx plus b. So we need to get the y value by itself. So really it looks like all we need to do is move the -3, but I have parentheses over here that I've got to take care of first. So on the right hand side, I need to use the distributive property, 8/3 times x and 8/3 times 2, which would be 8/3 x minus 16/3. Now all I have to do is add 3 to both sides to get the y by itself, and then that equals y equals 8/3 x minus 7/3. It's okay to leave slope as an improper fraction, but this number should not be left as an improper fraction. So 7/3 as a mixed number would be 2 1/3. So here's our final equation in slope-intercept form. So we have point-slope form up here, and we translated it to slope-intercept, and that's all that they were looking for in the problem. So that's all for today. Bye-bye, guys.